How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Crypto Clout, the YouTube show where you subscribe for the latest and greatest updates in the cryptocurrency universe. Of course, right now we are talking about Cardano, and when it comes down to the current cryptocurrency space, I think right now we are witnessing really a encapsulation of the demand. I mean, this article right here, Bitcoin rises 2%, but demand is still a serious problem. I think right now it's sort of a well-kept secret cryptocurrency in the broader sense. We're looking at a time right now that I don't think we'll ever see repeated in history, where cryptocurrency is so on the tip of everybody's tongue, yet somehow people manage to ignore these really dramatically low prices of all the cryptos at this point. It's like a massive sale that I don't think is ever going to be mirrored again. I mean, in recent memory, of course, we'll probably see this sort of market continue as it has been known to, just sort of trudge along, going sideways. But at the same time, I think among these different technologies, Cardano is certainly one of the most underestimated. In particular, the way that Cardano has set itself up to handle potential forks in the future is something that I think is going to go a long way to keep Cardano basically stable and also integrated in a way that's certainly going to be an envy of the cryptocurrency universe. When we want to talk about like Ethereum, like these are cryptocurrencies that keep forking, are destined to just keep forking, and that's seriously a problem when it comes down to looking at all these things. I mean, it's not necessarily I mean, if you are into these different forks and stuff like that, I mean, that's fine for you. But personally, I just like to keep with the essentially the main technologies when according to my analysis, you know what I mean. So right now we're looking at this article right here. 1 million BTC mining machines are expected to switch back on in China in May. Which is pretty funny, and I think that largest amount of Bitcoin mining machines shut down during that dry season will start running again. The upcoming season, and this is all sort of relevant as we're seeing. I mean, this thing right here. I mean, Putin orders Russia to adopt crypto regulation by July. I mean, this is interesting. Russia's President Vladimir has introduced his country's government to adopt federal laws relating to cryptocurrency by July this year. Russia has earlier broadened the definition of digital financial assets to include cryptocurrencies. Putin's latest order resembles one he made regarding crypto, and I think that you can't really underestimate how important Russia's involvement with cryptocurrency could be when you take into consideration how many countries out there take their cues from Russia. It's really a part of the way putting cryptocurrency as on the mark as really a global contender when it comes to operating on that global stage and seeing these different things for what they're actually going to be able to do. So we've got Cardano price predictions, ADA to increase by end of 2019. News today. So Cardano came into the digital currency sphere in September 2017, and the digital currency has made enormous progress since then. Just 4 months after its launch, the coin increased by 1,520%, with the market about 18 billion. So I mean, you guys can go on to check out this article for yourself. I'm not going to read it for you right here, but essentially what it goes on to say, I mean, it talks about Cardano, Charles Hoskinson, of course, and what we can expect to see as cryptos in a large sense, continue to move forward. So, quote, in this research paper, we introduced the first ever trustless construction that can be applied to proof of work side chains. We also talk about how to build generic communications between different blockchains, which of course is really one of those key points that I really want you to get a sense of, as we continue to talk about Cardano, what we can expect thus far. Now, of course, when we're looking at these, candlesticks right here, I mean, it is, I was just, I found it funny, in the 24 hours since, the recent, time. We want to look at, these blue ones right here. Of course, it's sort of interesting to see, there's definitely a correlation that can be drawn between the overall activity of the market and what we're to expect from a lot of these cryptos that have basically branded themselves around this next generation of smart contracts. Certainly Cardano would fall into that category. When we want to talk about like Bitcoin as like the first introduction of digital gold, more or less the exception to the rule, of course, when you think about the fact that Bitcoin's managed to stay on top all this time, what with the fees and all these different areas of concern that of course, like something like Digibyte, or for example one of these other cryptos, I mean even Litecoin to that effect, you could see people avoiding a lot of the different fees. I think right now I'm still holding my Bitcoin because I don't see it going anywhere. I think as cryptocurrencies, I mean, we'll all, like, just the same like we saw with JP Morgan coin, all these other different entities that are involving themselves with the space. It seems as if when a new player wants to get themselves into the cryptocurrency genre of the conversation, they launch their own coin, and then it sort of is an indication of what we could expect to see in the future with just a whole new slew of altcoins that'll probably be introduced to the space for anything from regular everyday transactions to sort of these specialty sort of things that we want to really make a point to talk about. But something that really just can't be outright replaced would be the scientific rigor and the academic credentials that Cardano's managed to establish for itself up until this point, which is also sort of another interesting thing. I think when Shelley goes on, we're seeing these different things like Shelley, the IOHK, of course, in the next couple of months. I really think we'll be seeing Cardano separating themselves from the pack. I mean, there's developments in cryptocurrency every single day, and it is very interesting to see how Q1 of 2019 has managed to exert itself. Of course, Cardano 88 Emergo launches Blockchain Academy in India. Definitely interesting sign there of how a lot of these different developing nations have basically managed to pull a stretch ahead of the game when it comes to being early adopters, and I think this is going to be playing a lot into their benefit, especially the world of tomorrow, when we're going to be seeing digital assets and all these different things being more pushed by a mainstream public that's certainly growing tired of we've got some contradicting articles right here too, but I mean Forbes, Bitcoin bulls are back, which is a pretty interesting headline to say the least. I mean, I think we've been seeing Forbes as sort of a cheerleader for cryptocurrency, while at the same time they've managed to stay on that teeter-totter between outright giving crypto its full endorsement, and at the same time they've been doing sort of interesting gymnastics move. But still, another tech guru says they'll still believe in Bitcoin despite price crash from Forbes. Now you have to understand all the normies whose eyes catch these articles. It definitely does paint crypto in an interesting light, but then at the same time we've got News BTC crypto professionals predict 2,400 Bitcoin bottom. the sort of running along with the same calculations we were talking about. I would see the bottom around those levels as well, but I don't think we'll actually test them. But anyway, Facebook and Telegram are hoping to succeed where Bitcoin failed, which is also another interesting piece of information to talk about. We've got Ripple hopeful of RLI on NASDAQ. Of course, these bank movements are definitely something worth paying attention to as well. Just quick, for historical purposes, we've got top performers of the day is Steam and ABBC coin. I think it's interesting to see Steam pulling ahead by that 13%, just in the time of recording this video, especially with what we've been seeing happening with different problems that YouTube and so forth have been running into with PR and all these different things, which probably has something to do with people running over to Steam. But Q1 of 2019 probable best launch is Digibyte. For the most part, it's interesting article right here. I'd also recommend you guys checking out. But all that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this this video. Of course, I'm still a believer in Cardano. My opinion's not really going to change much on that account. But of course, make sure that you guys follow us on Twitter. That's at CryptoTuber as always. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure that you guys are subscribed and you comment down below letting us know what you think. And overall, I'm pretty excited to see what's going to happen with the rest of Q1 of 2019. In particular, I think we could see some pretty interesting things ahead. Bitcoin dominance being at 52.1%, respectively, market cap at 129,962. So, I guess we'll see what happens. But all that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and have a good one.